Hi friends, welcome back to our channel. In this video today, we are going to discuss about a very important SQL interview question that you need to prepare for if you are appearing for a technical interview. This is not just a query that you are going to learn today, but this question should also solve your confusions about the joins that we use in SQL. So let's get back to the question that we have over here. Given two tables, what will be the number of records in the output using inner, left, right, and full join? So the interviewer might give you tables, two tables they'll give you, like this we have over here, and they would also mention the rows that the table has. What you need to find is the number of records that will come using the four joins that we see. Now, how do we do that? That is the main question and which we are going to learn in this video. Okay, so over here I have the Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio also open, and in this I'm going to show you how we'll calculate each join query one by one. Firstly, we'll go with the inner join. Okay. Before getting to the query, I'll show you how the concept of join is going to work over here. Now, inner join is basically the intersection of the two tables, correct? What the first table is going to do when we put the inner join is match the row with the second table. It is going to match the row. So it will take the first record. This has 1, okay? Number of rows that it is matching with is only 1 over here. So this should give me 1. Now it comes to the second row. The SQL will check how many rows are matching with second table rows. That is again 1. Now it comes to 2. This is the third row and the value is 2 over here. What it checks is how many records are matching in the second table with this record. It is matching with 2 records. So the count will be 2 over here. The same will be applied for the fourth row because it is matching with 2 rows. Count is 2 again. Now we come to 3. P value over here is not matching with any of the values in second table. So what happens is the count comes as 0. This is what we are matching the records for inner join. Now again the value is 3, so the records will be 0. We have to skip this record because it is a null record. Now the value is 4 over here. It is matching with 3. Okay, so over here we see that we have got the count for the matching values with each of the records from the first table. And we don't have to do it for the second table. It is because we are finding an intersection. So what does not exist in first table will not be matched over here, right? So we only have to do this activity specifically for the first table. Like you could do it for the second tables also, but the intersection only needs to be done for the one of the tables. If we see over here, the count number of records is coming as 9. That is the sum of all of these records count. So I can write here 9. But how do I even know that this is a correct result? For that we have SQL Server Management Studio. I'll just go over here and type the query. What we are trying to find is, we are trying to find the number of records in the inner join. I have the table A. I give it an alias A and the table B. So I'm giving it an alias B. And over here we have to mention the column name on which we want to put the join. So we are joining it on ID value. So fortunately, we have only one column in these two tables, so it's not a problem as such. But when you're trying to put joins in your real life projects, you'll have to see which is the matching columns in the two tables. So only then you will be putting the join accordingly. So if I am putting the join over here on these two values, what kind of join am I putting? I have to mention that also. We are putting an inner join. But what the beauty of SQL is that join by default is inner join only. And if I don't even mention here the word inner, it will automatically make an inner join on these two tables. But for no confusion at all, I'll be mentioning the name of the join also. And let me run this query. Over here, we have got 9 records as a result of inner join on these two tables. So this was the original ask of the question, that how many records are we going to get if we put an inner join on these two tables. And just to simplify it for you, I'll be mentioning over here that inner join means intersection of two tables. So after this, we have left join that we have to see. Okay, for that, if I go over here on the question and see how many records we'll get if we put a left join on these two tables. The basic concept of left join is that it is going to for sure take the number of records that were already there in the inner join, plus it is also going to display the extra records that were there in the first table. First table means left table. So when I mention the keyword join, there are two tables. One is on the left side of the join keyword and one is on the right side of the join keyword. Something similar to this. So this is considered to be the left table and this is considered to be the right table. It does not by any means imply that table A is always going to be the left table. If I just wrote over here table B and this is table A, so then this becomes the left table. But for now, we are putting table A over here and that is how we are going to calculate the number of records for left join and then for more joins that we have. And over here, if I check how many records should come, the number of records of inner join are already given, 9, and the number of extra records that are there, they are 1, 2, 3, and 4. So then I should be getting 13. So 13 is for the number of extra records that were not matched with the second table or the right table, and they'll also come in the left join. So if I just mention over here the query that we'll make for left join, table B on ID value, that is the column name, and simply put select the query and execute it. Great. The number of records that we have got over here are 13. So SQL saved my reputation again, thanks to SQL. All the extra records that were there in the left table have come. It does not matter if it's a null value or not, it is going to come in the result. And because it is not matching with any of the values in the right table, it will show the right column value as null. For 3, we have null over here, and for null, of course, we have a null again. So that is how we are getting the left table values and right table values. The number of records that have come are 13. So left join records would be inner join records plus number of extra records in left table. Great. So we have got this left join clear now. I hope you have understood the concepts that we have shared now in this video. Now we'll move on to the next join that we have, which is the right join. So for right join, so as the name suggests, the right join would give the preference to right table, of course, because the left join was giving the preference to left table. Now when we see over here, we'll get the number of records that we have in the inner join, plus the additional records would be the number of non-matching records of right table. That is, the extra records that were there in the right table, they should come. Over here, I see that all of these records match except 5 and null. These two did not match with the left table. So the final count should be 11. Now if I try to put the query over here for right table, right join, table A, right join, table B, on A.id value is equal to B.id value. And I have to select this query to execute it. It is only because I have a multiple number of queries on this window open. So I'll be selecting it and then executing so that the SQL gives the result for only this particular query. Okay, so we have got 11 records as expected. The extra records that were there in the right table, 5 and value null, they have come. And on the left side, we have null written over here because it is not matching with any of the records in left table. I'll just mention over here, what does the right join do? Number of records in inner join plus number of extra records in right table. Great. Now comes the final join that we have been asked in this particular question. It is the full join. Great. So what do we think that the full join is going to do? If you have an answer now, please do comment. And I'll be explaining it to you for sure in this video. What it is going to do is, it is for sure going to take the number of records in inner join plus it will show the number of extra records from left table and the right table. So it should be 9 plus 4 plus 2 and the count would come as 15. So this should be the number of records that would be displayed with the full join. Inner join plus extra records from the left table plus extra records from the right table. Great. Now we're moving to the final join of this question, that is the full join. The tables that we have is table A and table B. All as ID value and we're putting a full join. So if I select this query and execute it, I'm getting 15 records. For whichever row it is not matching with any of the corresponding table on the right or left side, we are getting a null. So this is how a full join works. inner join plus number of extra records in left table plus number of extra records in right table. So this is how we have learned the concepts of 4 types of joins that we have. If you have any doubts, do share them in the comment section. We'll be meeting in the next video. Thank you.